Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1969 Seattle Pilots What If scenario. Today's matchup features the Seattle Pilots versus the Chicago White Sox at Comiskey Park. On the mound for the Pilots today is Marty Pattin, whose record is 1-1 with a 3.65 ERA. And pitching for the White Sox today is Tommy John, whose record is 1-1 with a 1.57 ERA. And so we continue to throw shutouts like it's easy or something. We have 5 shutouts in our last, 8 games, and 1 game where we won 5-1. So we've won 7 out of 8 in that time frame. And we now have a 10-4 record, which leads the American League West. And we're up 2 games over Oakland. It's a kind of miraculous that we are not only winning, but winning by shutting out our opponents. Look, I know, and you know, we all know, this is going to come back and bite us. In the month of May. We're going to have this fantastic April, just like we did in our 1983 Detroit Tigers season replay. And then the calendar turned to May, and we gave it all back. So, you know what? I think we just have to enjoy it while it lasts. Let's go ahead and get today's game started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. Let's see what we've got here. We've got Marty Pattin. He's our number 5 starter. He will get the start today. The game wanted me to skip Marty Pattin and go to Gary Bell, but I think we're going to follow the 5-man rotation as religiously as we can, as long as we don't have any other injuries. We do get Steve Barber back in 20 days, I should say. So, and then we'll have a problem. Who do we give up? Everyone's throwing shutouts. Okay, and then we have all of our bullpen available today. Here is our lineup versus the left-hander Tommy John. We decided to give Rich Rollins the day off. He's the only batter in our lineup that has not had a day off so far this season. So we're going to move Van Kelly to his normal primary position, which is third base for this game. His first start at third in a Pilot's uniform. And we move Fred Stanley up to the second spot because he has been walking. And maybe if he does a good job today, that might be his permanent spot in the lineup. Let's go ahead and do the official lineup rundown for the Seattle Pilots. Batting leadoff in right field is Tommie Harper. Batting second and playing second base is Fred Stanley. Batting third at left field is Tommy Agee. Batting cleanup and catching is Jerry McNertney. Batting fifth at first base is Mike Hegan. Batting sixth in center field is Wayne Comer. Batting seventh at third base is Van Kelly. Batting eighth at shortstop is Gordy Lund. And the pitcher, Marty Pattin, will be batting ninth today. Let's take a look at Tommy John. He is the starter for the White Sox today. And we've already covered Tommy John several times in the Detroit Tigers series. What I will mention, he is a 4-time All-Star. He was an All-Star in 1968, right here, the year before, for the White Sox. You see, he had a 1.98 ERA in 25 starts, and as I mentioned, he made the All-Star team. And then he had his Tommy John surgery, right, his UCL surgery in 1975, and after that, he became an All-Star 3 more times. In 1969, in real life, if you're curious, he went 9-11 with a 3.25 ERA for the White Sox, and he managed to pitch until he was 46 years old in 1989. That was the last year he played professional ball. So he played a long time. He's making his 4th start this season, 1-1, with a 1.57 ERA. 10 Ks in 23 innings pitched. Opponents are betting .220 against him. His fastball tops out at 86 miles an hour. His sinker is his best pitch, rated at 91. Hell, he's got a spitball. that must be grandfathered in. Overall, he is rated an 81. The 25-year-old lefty doesn't go to free agency until 1972. I'm curious about his ERA at 1.57 because he had a 198 ERA in 68. And I tend to wonder that when you build a new sim where you're playing it like we are, it tends to take the previous season and continue the build for the sim off of that. So maybe he's going to be that fantastic of a pitcher his entire career. Okay, here's the defense for the White Sox, and shortstop is still a liability with them having Woodie held there at short with a 64. Oh, behind the plate also is Pavletich, who's got a 72. We'll take a look at him when we do a lineup rundown. Okay, here's Tommie Harper leading off against Tommy John. Tommie on Tommie, striking it out. All sinkers, no spitballs to Tommie Harper. 1 down. That's going to bring up Fred Stanley, full count. And a base hit into left field. Stanley wants that number 2 spot in the lineup. So runner on first. 1 out. That'll bring up Tommy Agee. We move him to the 3 spot with Rollins out today. Ground ball into the hole at short. Yeah, no way you're going to turn 2 with Agee running and a 64 rated shortstop. Now, do we send Agee? I think we do. What is Pavletich's arm? A 67? Oh my gosh. He can walk to second base. We got to take advantage of that. Now, Tommy John is a left-hander on the mound, so that does mean your percentage goes down a couple of points. McNertney at the plate. We're going to send Agee here with 2 outs, and he steals second base. Again, kind of easier with Tommy John not having a fastball. So Agee is at second and should score easily if McNertney can get a base hit here. 0-1 count, and he pops it up on the infield. Second baseman Hansen makes the catch in the outfield grass. We go to the bottom of the first, stranding a runner. Let's take a look at the White Sox lineup rundown for today's game. Batting leadoff in right field is Johnny Callison. Batting second at first base is Bob Spence. Batting third in center field is Mack Jones. Batting cleanup, playing shortstop is Woodie Held. Batting fifth and catching is Don Pavletich. Batting sixth, playing third base is Bill Melton. Batting seventh in left field is Carlos May. Batting eighth at second base is Ron Hansen. And batting ninth and pitching is Tommy John. Let's take a look at Marty Pattin. We talked about him the last start that he made. We mentioned that he was nicknamed Duck because of his Donald Duck impression. You'll see here that he is making his third start, 1-1 with a 3.65 ERA, 9 Ks in 12 and a third innings pitched. Opponents are betting .234 against him. Fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. He's got a four-seamer rated at 84 and a curveball just below average. Overall rated at 81. The 26-year-old righty goes to arbitration next year. Okay, let's look at our defense. In place of Rollins at third is Kelly, and pretty solid defensively at 86. We just do have the liability there at second base with Fred Stanley, who's really a shortstop, and our right fielder, Harper. So Johnny Callison leading off against Marty Pattin. Can we keep the shutouts going here? Oh no, Callison shoots it down the left field line all the way to the wall for a double, and a leadoff double gives the White Sox a runner in scoring position for Bob Spence. Spence batting .296 with a home run. Popping it up on the infield, right in front of the pitcher's mound. Will Pattin make the catch? Oh, it's dropped! Oh, no! The catcher, McNertney, probably should have let Pattin handle that. Maybe there was some miscommunication there. And I think this is going to be a blowout. I mean, a leadoff double and an error on an infield pop-up. And I don't think there's going to be a shutout today. In fact, I think it's going to get really messy. Here's Mack Jones. Base hit. Yep, this is going to be bad, folks. Nobody out. First and second. And Woodie held up. Held up at the plate. Here we go. Playing straight away. Now there's a fly ball down the left field line. That's going to go foul, but it is playable as our left fielder Agee ranges over to the fence to make the catch. One out for Pavletich. He's a .261 hitter. He's got a home run. Lined off the wall in right field. Oh, it's going to be caught actually by Harper. I'm just supposing this game's going to get blown open, but instead, Harper in his low rating makes that catch. Everybody tags, though, and moves up for Bill Melton. One run in. Here's Melton, full count. A ground ball to second. And we get out of the inning, just giving up a run. So the shutout is off the board, but we are within striking distance, which is all we really want at this point. Here's Mike Hegan. We dropped him from the number 2 spot to the number 5 spot. See if we can't get him going here as he flies out to center field for out number 1. That's going to bring up Wayne Comer. Comer had a big game. He went 3 for 4, getting his average up to 250, his last start. There's a ground ball to second for out number 2. And Van Kelly, our only other left-hander in the lineup today. And he chops it to short, and a 1-2-3 inning. We are going to the bottom of the second inning. Here's Carlos May leading off. And what is going on? There's a strikeout. That is the third time we've had a little bit of a interior delay. I'm not sure what that's all about. But it's a strikeout. First K for Pattin today. One out. Next man up is the number 8 hitter, Ron Hansen. A ground ball to third. Kelly makes the easy play, which in turn brings up Tommie John, who strikes out looking. So a 1-2-3 inning of our own. We go to the top of the third with Gordy Lund leading off. Here's Gordy, 158 hitter, and he walks. Immediately the White Sox pull in the infield. Everybody knows what's going down here. Pattin's going to be attempting a sacrifice bunt. Probably just, you know what? I should have stole second. That's what I should have done. We're going to attempt it here. Only a 64% chance of success, but I don't see how we can't make it. We're going to give it a shot. Harper at the plate, right down the middle, and he is caught stealing. Oh, man. This is not good. And he strikes out. Oh, boy. All right. Well, we go to the bottom of the third. Only down a run. Pattin at 34 pitches, and we're back to the top of the lineup with Johnny Callison. He pops it straight up. McNertney a chance to redeem himself. He makes the catch in foul ground. There's out 1. Here's Bob Spence. Spence is going to dump into left center field for a hit. A little duck snort into left center field. Runner on first, 1 out. Mack Jones up. He's 1 for 1. Make it 2 for 2. Spence holds it second. Good job by our center fielder. Comer getting over there, cutting it off and getting it in quickly. Now we're going to pull third base in. I know that Woodie held the cleanup hitter's not going to bunt here. But if we can get a ground ball to third, I'd like to get a double play. Try to increase our odds. Yeah, maybe having him pulled in psyched him out as he pops it up to short. Lund makes the catch. That's going to leave it up to Pavletich to drive in a run. Pattin walks him. That's going to give the bases loaded to Bill Melton. Melton 0 for 1 today. Pilots are playing with fire. Line drive to left. It falls in for a hit. 2-run score. And it's 3-0. Well, shoot. And a wild pitch. And we just got to get it over with here. Base hit to right. That'll score 2 more. Obviously, the wild pitch was going to lead to a hit. We know that. Ground ball to short. So, yeah, this was never going to be our game. It's a matter of just how much can we prevent them from scoring. It's 5-0 with Fred Stanley up. Stanley hits a fly ball to left. With Tommie John having such a great 1968, I'm assuming we're not going to score any runs here. Yeah, these are all going to be 1, 2, 3 innings. We got our 1 hit. Oh, there's hit number 2 as McNertney gets it past the shortstop. That makes sense. So there's hit number 2 for us. And a strikeout looking. So Pattin, we're going to send him back out here for the 4th. 57 pitches. He's given up 5 runs on 6 hits and a walk. He's got to be able to handle Tommie John. No, base hit over Tommie John. A double with a 56 speed. Oh, man. Yeah, this is the get-even game that Freddie mentioned in his comments yesterday. Okay, Johnny Callison popping it up. Out number 1. Here's Bob Spence. Spence flips it to left. That's catchable by Agee. Out number 2. And return of the Mack. Mack Jones. Another wild pitch. So there's been 2 wild pitches and a pass ball. And every time it's scored a run. So we'll see what happens here. They'll pop up into foul ground. On the first base side, Hegan makes the catch. We go to the top of the 5th. We're down 5. If it were any other pitcher on the mound, I would think we still had a chance to rally here. It's not like we can't put together, a few hits, maybe hit a bomb. Yeah, this is going to be a bunch of ground outs. Strikeout. That's 4 Ks for Tommie John. Let's see if we can't get a 5th inning out of Pattin. He's given up 5 runs. I can't imagine they're going to charge him with any more here. Woodie held. Hits the fly ball to center. There's 1 out. Here's Pavletich. 0 for 1 and a walk. Ground ball to third. Out number 2. And Bill Melton lines it to right. Harper makes the catch. He's played such great right field for a guy that has a 65 rating. So that's going to do it for Pattin. He's the first bat up, so we don't, there's no point. We're going to, I don't know, versus lefties. Do we have anybody on the bench that can hit lefties? We don't. I got reamed by Sean for pitch hitting Ray Euler. And he's right. I mean, I deserve it. He's right, obviously. I probably should have pitch hit a left-handed batter in that situation. It would have made a little bit more sense. But here's Danny Walton. We're giving Rollins a day off today, so we can't pinch hit for him. Hey, there we go. Danny Walton, first hit of the year. Down the left field line. I'd like to go for 2. It's a 50-50 shot, but we know 50-50 really means like 10%. So there's no point. And we had the leadoff guy on, so let's see if Tommie Harper can move him along. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today. We're going to hit and run. He's got that 85 contact. Ground ball to the shortstop. It does get Walton over. This feels like the only chance we're going to have to score a run. Let's see if Fred Stanley can at least get on base. He's not an RBI guy. Ground ball to third. That's the worst bag you can hit it to. Walton has to hold. And that will give Tommie Agee a shot at an RBI. Agee, what's he doing since he's come over? 8 for 26. He's batting .308. Don T wanted me to look up Don Mincher's numbers for the Mets since the trade. We will do that after the ball game here. And Agee strikes out. Damn, this feels right though, right? I mean, this feels more along the line of what our team is probably going to contend with the rest of the season. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in Jerry Stevenson. We need to get a couple innings from somebody. And that somebody has a name, and that somebody's name is Jerry Stevenson. You can see he's done pretty well for us. Walks are a problem. He's actually given up 8 hits as well. He's got that 93-mile-an-hour fastball that we like so much. And very well could end up being a starter for us. Here's Carlos May. He's a lefty. And May smokes it into the gap for a double. So leadoff man is on. That is the first double of the year for the 20-year-old left fielder. Here's Ron Hansen. Hansen batting 186. Ground ball up the middle. Our second baseman, Stanley, makes the play. So May moves to third. And the pitcher's up. So we're going to pull the infield all the way in. I don't know if he's going to lay down. I'm sure he's going to be swinging. The guy just had a double, for crying out loud. So we know he can hit. Oh, I just noticed the White Sox have their striped uniforms on. 2-2 count, and Stevenson strikes him out. And now the lefties are coming up. This is going to be a tough out for Stevenson. Callison batted .255 last year versus righties. Yeah, another gap. There's a triple for Callison. It's 6-0 White Sox. First triple of the year. And Bob Spence is up. Another gapper. Yeah, boy, oh boy. They're going to get a ton of runs. And every pitcher that I bring in that's got a low ERA, they're going to take advantage of that. Let's see if they can get another one here. Yeah, ground ball to short. And it's 7-0 going to the top of the 7th inning. So this is going to be a reverse moguling as McNertney grounds out to third. We have no reason to complain. It's just the obviousness of it all makes the actual gameplay pointless. Hey, there's a hit for Comer. That's a double. It's good to see him coming around. That's his third double already this year. He only plays versus lefties. Otherwise, we've been starting Hovley versus righties. Can we get a run? No. Okay, Stevenson coming back out for the second inning. Woodie held leading off. And another hit. This is brutal. We just got to take it like a man. There's a walk. Let's just keep it going here. Yep. Oh, a line drive to Hegan, double him off. Oh, he can't get a 2. It would be nice if we could turn a double play here. It's going to be tough, though, with Carlos May. He got his first double of the year. And to give him another, that'll score a couple. Pavletich has to hold. It's 8-0. Let's see if he can get a couple more here. No, he's going to strike him out. And they're going to let John bat. Can he get another hit? Nope. 3 Ks for Stevenson. We go to the 8th inning, keeping the game moving here. Nothing to see here. Fly ball into center. There's 1 out. We will pull Stevenson. And I guess we'll let Steve Whitaker bat. Lefty on lefty. Not a fan of doing this, but what are my options? Is out number 2, and Harper struck out twice today. And he's 0 for 4 as he pops out to short. Yeah, this game was absolutely over in the first inning with the double, the error, right? And then we did manage to keep it to 1 run scored, but then the wild, it was just never not going to happen. Let's bring in Ron Locke. He is kind of our mop-up guy. He's just got to get these 3 lefties. So, wow, there we go. As a lefty, let's see what he can do against these lefties. Callison, a ground ball to short. Bob Spence. So let's also discuss this here. If we've had 5 shutouts in our favor and we are 14 games into the season, this is game 15, and it's another shutout. Now, is there something wrong with the game? Like, is there something wrong with the gameplay? I did nothing to manipulate this one. So this is the actual system supposedly working. It doesn't feel right, does it? I mean, I love the win, and I love shutouts. As Tommie Agee gets a garbage time hit. We're going to set him for 2. He is safe. There's the speed in action. That is his first double of the year, first extra base hit. He had his first stolen base earlier today. He's probably the player of the game. Okay, McNertney, are they going to give us a garbage time run? Let's find out. Fly ball to left. No, I mean, there's no point in sending him. And Mike Hegan's up, so it's perfect setup for lefty on lefty. Let's end the game. Ground ball to first. And we are shut out for the first time this year. The Sox get 8. Pilots lose. Not even getting a run across the board. Look at the zeros on the board. And our run differential is only 17 runs. It's not like our batters are really crushing it either. What a weird thing. So, okay, let's satisfy Don T real quick looking at the Mets roster, and then we'll get into everything else. How is our boy Don Mincher doing over here? 17 RBI. He's got 7 RBI in 7 games. He is only batting 200 for them. He does have a double and a home run. So, his OPS is flipped, but he has driven in 7 runs. So, he's at least producing. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the standings. Oakland, on a 4-game winning streak, is now 1 back. Both top 2 teams in the East have 10 wins. Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. Let's take a look at the headline news. Baltimore loses a game, 3-2, and the lead. I'm assuming they mean in the East. Orioles batters had problems against Dave Boswell, as you can see the baseball card there. And it just tells you what they didn't do, which is nothing, which means they did something. Jones gets 4 hits and an 8-1 Red Sox win over the expansion Royals with cheese. There's Dalton Jones. 8-0 shutout by Tommy John. How come we didn't get any shutout references, and yet an opponent throws a shutout and we look like idiots by our own media? Let's take a look at transactions. Okay, a couple injuries here, starting with Paul Pavletich. A couple of Cubs, actually. Paul Pavletich, second baseman, is going to be out for 5 weeks. Is he a starter? I guess he is. So that sucks for the Cubbies. And Don Kessinger, also a starter, a shortstop, is going to miss 28 days. So they lose their middle infield in 1 day. The Padres also lose a pitcher named Leon Everett. He is a starter for them, as they are an expansion team. I don't even know who that is. Never heard of the guy. But he's going to be gone for the whole year. So let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Not a lot to talk about today. I guess we're going to give the player of the game to Tommie Agee. He had a stolen base. He had a double. The game is taking a moment here to pull up the box score. There we go. Wayne Comer did have his 3rd double of the season. We'll give it to Tommie Agee. Why not? Marty Pattin. Somebody had to get it, and it was Marty Pattin. Giving up 5 runs, even though there was an error in that inning too. I don't know why that wasn't an unearned run. But we did only walk 2 batters, giving up 12 hits. So yeah, that was a makeup game. Tommy John threw a shutout. His ERA drops to 1.13. And the White Sox had, 6 extra base hits? So half of their hits were extra base. Good job by them. Okay, that's going to do it. We're going to come back tomorrow with Game 3 of the 3-game series versus the Sox. Until then, everyone, have a great day.